Can you explain to me, because I don't know either, why were you on Drama Alert?
With all that had happened to us.
Sorry about that, Paul Martin. Like, I don't want any.
Doesn't want that
Martin.
I think if I had to pinpoint like top 3 times in my life where I actually wanted to physically disease, it would have been maybe that.
Guys, and welcome to Antisocial, the podcast brought to you by Aidsray and Flux. Hello, hope you're all having a wonderful day, Monday, start to your week, whatever's going on. And today we're joined by TikTok star Kiera Bridget.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
That's what you're going with.
Yeah, because you have actually surpassed TikTok followers from YouTube, is it? I think you made a TikTok about it, didn't you? So now you're considered a
So you're
TikTok
officially
star.
a TikToker?
We don't talk
Oh.
about
Indeed,
it.
officially
She's a TikToker.
It's like my side hobby.
which is now your
Main hobby.
Yeah. How does it feel that you're only good for 15 seconds?
Similar to
Fucking
me.
hell, Jesus Christ.
It's not
Welcome
the only
to the
department.
Kira, we've got something in common, mate. That's kind of close.
That's a record for you.
That was good from you, Charlie. Well done. I actually laughed at one of your jokes once.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think we should kick it off by saying, obviously, Charlie, you've just met Kiera today.
Yeah, it's nice to
But-
meet you, Kira.
Us two have had...
Nice to meet you too.
Have you met Kira in person before?
I'm
Oh,
sorry, I just
Wait,
kicked you.
I
We met
think
a few times.
the first interaction we had was, I'm sure I was on like 10k subscribers and you joined me Fortnite live stream and we played... Oh, she doesn't remember, of course, it's fine.
No,
this
no,
is
I
so
do.
awkward.
You just brought that memory back.
Yeah, because I remember you... And we played with DTG, you know, the guy who released Rover.
did
It was
you?
such a weird mix.
I love
I
Digi.
remember that because
Yeah.
I was in the other call with Nico Amalana and Datinho.
All right, no need to name drop.
I was just I remember.
Yeah, that was the first interaction I had with...
When was that?
Oh, that must have been like 20...
2018.
Yeah.
think.
I remember.
Oh.
Early... So, how did you meet her?
Ha ha. Someone. I was actually someone. For some reason, you were in one of Cam's group chats, and then
Oh,
one
yeah.
of Cam's viewers was like, "Oh, you should check out Lewis
I
Buckin."
remember-
They were like, "You should check out
no.
Lewis Buckin. You'd really like him, I think." And then she screenshotted a video that I made on Morgz, and she went, "I don't think I will." And I was like,
Oh!
So I met her in person at a Summon the City party, and I genuinely thought she fucking despised me.
I
with
wouldn't
all
have
her being.
recognised you.
Yeah. Cheers, thanks. Thanks for that.
You give the
Uh,
impression you're quite small,
Small.
Isn't it?
And
No,
then-
you look like a
and then
baby.
you're large.
Oh, people say that. People say I give 5'7" energy, and I'm large, so let's hope the female population see it like that as well.
Wait, so
Surprise,
what,
surprise.
did you like talk?
So I seen her in the Summon the City, and this is when I remember it is when you had that banger video and you gained how many subs did you gain in that month? The sleepover one.
Oh,
what
like
it was
900k was insane.
900k in a month.
Subscribers?
Yeah.
What?
It was like 860 or something.
What
800
video was
sub-
this?
It was that shrine. Do you remember? I stayed in my what was it?
I spent a night in my boyfriend's house. He had no idea. All credit to me. Thank
Do
you.
you remember that shrine? that went around? Do you remember it?
When people
Don't even know
just
the other
stay
guy.
places.
So yeah, that was that happened, and then I met you there, and then
What, at her boyfriend's house?
What?
Yeah, under the bed.
It was actually
Lewis was also waiting underneath the
It was
bed.
actually a Summon the City.
It's the next
party.
video.
It was actually a Summon the City party, which was a free bar, so free drinks. And you've seen what I'm like with alcohol. I'm actually quite reserved now, but back in the day, I used to just be loud, like screaming, like annoying drunk. I used to be like that. So whenever I met somebody in that state, it was never really good. So I met her, I spoke to her, and then you were really awkward. So I thought you just hated me, but then as I got to know you more, I just learned that you are just an awkward person.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's why I'm kind of nervous about this long form situation where I can't edit out the parts.
The
where I'm
cuts.
But that's the joy of it. Then you get more confident, kind of, in a way.
It does help
It
quite
does
a bit.
help. That's
almost been
helping
20
good in
years. It's
improv.
not happening.
Well,
But you said this is your first podcast, right?
It is.
first podcast,
Yeah.
exclusive.
It's not my first conversation I've had with human beings. Though.
Well, I hope
Oh,
not.
well, that's good to
Yeah,
know.
that's great to know.
Because you said just before we started filming that your goal is to get on Impulsive, and this is like your little shitty one you're going to do before.
This is the rehearsal, the practice rounds.
Who was that? Was that for
I
Logan?
think it's for Logan.
What was that? What was that?
I told
Did
her
you just
what
do
else.
Oh god, I played the Radio Rebel thing.
Wait, before we get into that, I think we should take it back. When did you actually start YouTube?
Oh.
Silence.
It was 2016. It was like in like May. I went on a ski trip, and I fell and I like internally severed my knee.
Oh.
So like all the ligaments in my knee, they ripped out.
Are they
and I
still
fractured
dodgy?
it. They're alright. Like it hurts a little bit. If
You
I
recovered, so you could have gone
bent
pro.
them for too long.
Sorry, carry on.
But-
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. Sorry.
Yeah. And so I couldn't go to school for like 10 months.
Oh man.
And so I missed whole of year 10, and I was like, alright, I'll just become a
For
YouTuber.
10 months, you can go to school.
No.
You couldn't even go
Well,
in. Did you
okay,
homeschool?
No, I couldn't walk properly for 10 months. I didn't go to school from like April to like October the fall, like the.
Dear
yeah.
God. So
Yeah.
you didn't go. That's like the beginning of the school year, the next school year, right?
It was year 10, like pretty much all of year 10.
So
Jesus.
did you in that time? What made you want to start YouTube?
I just always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to school, no one can make fun of me, so I'll just
Were you
do
a fan
it.
of any YouTubers at the time?
Yeah, it was Tanner Mongoose.
Yeah,
Mongoose,
so-
Tanner Mongoose.
Leading into this, I've got a question about because you were on. Not many people I don't think know this. You were on Tana's channel called Trash, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how did that all come about?
She must have like 1 million subscribers at the time, and she made a video like, "Oh, I'm starting a collab channel. Like, I want some kids that are funny."
All right, Jimmy, calm down.
I
The
said
Epstein's
it.
alternate account.
I'm gonna get sued. And I was like, "That's me." And so I made a little audition video. Apparently,
What actually
10,000
was-
people made it.
What actually was the channel? Like, what did she do in it?
It was just like a collab channel where we just made regular
in
video.
person or like over.
No, yeah, like so we
Just
each had
over
a
the
day of
internet
the
stuff.
week. I was like Tuesday.
Ah,
Yeah.
How many subscribers did you have at the time?
I had about like 5K maybe.
Oh, really?
When
And
it
what content
first
were you doing
started.
then?
Stuff.
Just
Like
girly
what
lifestyle,
any 15-year-old does if
makeup
I'm
tutorial.
apologizing. What any 15-year-old does if you give them a YouTube channel. I was just talking about myself.
So you had 5K. How did you get chosen to get on it?
I made an audition video where I talked about myself for like 2 minutes, and I like hyped myself up so much. I was like, well, I'm so funny. Like, it's really easy to be funny in 2 minutes when you're editing it. And then I got an email or no, an Instagram DM like 2 months later from her manager, Jordan, and he was like, hey, we want you on the channel. And I was like, oh,
So what was the next step after that?
that was it really. We just kind of made videos
Wow.
for a few months, and then
And
it
what impact?
failed.
I was thinking. I looked at it back. I was like, that didn't go well, did it?
No.
What was the impact it had on your channel when you first joined, though?
I thought it would be bigger. I gained like 50K from it, and then I had my first viral video.
You had 5K before that, right?
Yeah,
Then
and
you
then by
basically 100% increase, right?
yeah, so
Quite nice.
by December I had like 50K. It started in like October.
Okay.
That's quite a big growth.
Yeah, and I think in January of 2017 I had my first like big video, which was a story time called "Finger Banged and Pregnant."
A classic.
A children's special.
Yeah, it's one of the favorites on my channel. I
Manny's
had
loved
to
that
change
one.
the title because I don't want to get terminated. But yeah, it was just about a girl I was friends with when I was 13, and she lied about getting like.
Fingered.
Yeah, can I say that?
Well, you said
Yeah,
it,
you
the
can say
title of
whatever
the
you
thing,
want.
I
So
think it-
she lied to me about getting fingered by a guy that I had a crush on, and she was like, "Oh, he on his hand," and then she told me she was pregnant. And then she told me she pooped out in the toilet, and then she used to
Pooped?
Yeah.
Oh my
And
good
then she used to
God.
threaten to fight me for like years
How old was
after
she?
that. Oh, like 13.
I'm assuming
yeah.
she didn't go on to do biology GCSE.
I think she's like one of those nursing students now that doesn't really do that much. So
Oh, nursing student.
Well,
no, like. Nursing.
Okay.
That-
Okay, nursing in
that's how-
quotation marks
that's
for
how
audio
Tana
listeners.
blew up, though, isn't it? She done like titles and
Yeah,
story
yeah,
times like
yeah,
that.
so
So
that's
were you
like-
thinking if you do the same, people watch?
Yeah, that was my vibe at the time.
Yeah, because I think she fucking banged off them, didn't she?
Yeah.
Them
like
story time. You don't remember
the
Tana Moses?
toothbrush.
They were
one.
Yeah,
Oh.
toothbrush one.
Yeah, she
I
got more
d-
hate, didn't she?
Yeah.
Because it was kind of exaggerated.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people caught her out for lying.
Very exaggerated.
But she was doing it for
Yeah.
content. Though. That's the thing when you've got story times. Like
Yeah.
you're trying to make a story and piece of content more interesting than it probably really was. Like she could have just walked to go to the bus, but then saw two people arguing. But suddenly it was people
He
threatening each
fucked
other's
me
lives
with a toothbrush.
or something like that.
But to
Yeah.
a 15-year-old girl, that's like the epitome of
Yeah.
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
How old
for sure.
was she then?
She's like 18
'Cause I've-
maybe.
She's like
22 now.
yeah, same age as you.
She's like 3 years older than me.
Yeah, yeah.
How sad's that? How successful she is, just the same age as me. Fuck's sake, man. Jesus Christ. But what was she, because I saw a video on your channel, you
did.
met her, didn't you?
Yeah, I've met her a few times.
What was she like in real life? Was she the same as what you expected her?
She is exactly what you would think.
Expect.
Was she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Completely.
She's like the most, like what you see is literally
What you get.
which is probably why people are like very upset with her most of the time, because most people put on this like, oh, I'm so great thing.
But she's just real.
That she's just, yeah.
She must have, because she's given you a lot of help on YouTube, hasn't she?
Yeah, like in the early days, that was like my fan base, and then.
And could you like message her as well? Like, was she open to like messages and stuff, like for advice and stuff?
Yeah, we had like a group chat. She would. I remember like one of the first times I talked to her. Actually, she like sent us a paragraph in a group chat, like with a bunch of advice, like don't waste all of your money, and like.
Great advice.
Great advice.
Thanks,
Like
Tanner.
Martin Luther King.
I didn't listen.
Was she actually like your first ever like YouTube friends?
Like big YouTuber that I'd talk to, yeah.
Who else were you friends with at that time, YouTuber wise? Or did you not really have any?
I didn't have any really.
Oh,
Until
lonely.
like late 2018, I made friends with like Millie T.
oh, Millie's lovely. I like Millie.
Yeah.
It's like now, do you still talk to Tanner?
Yeah, on occasion. Like I still kind of work with her manager.
Oh, okay.
Like he's doing some stuff for me. Like
Some stuff.
That sounds a bit.
like.
Can you elaborate on that?
He's just like.
So
Are you okay? Is
I'm not selling drugs.
Okay,
Okay,
right.
okay, that's
Phew.
good.
It's
As
just
well,
well.
as long as we know that.
It's nothing like interesting.
Oh.
Some contracts.
So what year did that end? The trash stuff. Like, how did it end?
Oh my god. Okay. Well, there was a lot of like tension because we weren't getting like paid for it, like
Okay.
money wise. I think I was okay with that because I was like, well, I'm getting a career out of it.
When you've got that little subs, you don't give a like. I still to this day,
Yeah.
I take exposure over money. Like,
Yeah.
Way,
I might have
way.
been like kind of annoyed at the time, maybe slightly. I don't know. I was like 16, but a lot of the other people on the channel were getting like angry about it, and then I think two of them got into like a relationship, and then they got like exposed, and then they broke up, and then they hate each other, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna not do that anymore.
So when that ended, did your channel? Because obviously you had your banger video. Did your channel like still go up, or was there a drop off? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't putting too much effort into the collab channel, to be honest. I was focusing on my channel.
Yeah.
Because like I was getting paid for it,
Mhm.
and then for a couple of months it was like GCSE season,
Yeah.
so I kind of like pulled back from YouTube a little bit because my mom was like, you know, Kiera, you're gonna be a scientist.
that must be stressful.
Oh.
That must be stressful. Were your parents actually supportive? Because mine's they weren't like not supportive, but they were just like, oh, you should always like obviously you can't really expect your parents to know what YouTube is. My parents still probably to this day don't really know what YouTube is.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really into YouTube since I was like 10, so like my mum really like she knew that's what I wanted to do.
But it's kind of like when your son's like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
be a footballer, and you're like, yeah.
She didn't take it.
Yeah, don't we all? So it's like, yeah, you want to be that? No, yeah, but no. No, get a normal job.
But you can't blame YouTube parents because
You can.
Imagine the
No,
videos.
it's a stupid job.
yeah. Imagine
It's
the
such a
videos you were doing at the start, and you show your mum and dad them, and you tell them that you're gonna make money off
Yeah.
them.
I'm going to sit in my bedroom and do types of people that went to school. I'm going to make a massive career of it. And they go, yeah, you know what? I see that, Lewis. No, of course they don't. So it's not like I blame them. It's kind of you just have to like convince them. Because I was in two places because I would hate talking to my family about YouTube because it's so difficult to explain.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if I didn't explain it to them, they wouldn't believe in me. They'd just be like I'd have to like explain it. Like even like any money I'd make from it, I'd be like, oh, I made this, just so they'd know like there's. Because that's how parents see it. If there's no
Really
money,
seeking
there's no career.
validation.
Yeah.
If there's no money, there's no career.
Parents don't care about passion.
I get the same with my dad, to be fair.
What? Still?
Yeah, he still believes that what I'm doing is just like, no, you need to go work at an office job kind of thing. How did you find working on YouTube throughout school times?
I went through a little phase where everyone hated me. I felt like I had a group of friends, but then some girl posted something on her like private Instagram about me, And then I found out, and I was like, what the hell, like, what? And then everyone decided to chime in. Like, even people that I hadn't even really talked to, like, oh, yeah, I've been waiting for the day where I can, like, fight Kiera. And I'm like, I
fight?
Wait, so...
Where's this come from? Just story times that she just wants to fight you.
You said you were at home for 10 months, then you went back to school. So when you went back to school, how many subscribers did you have at this time? When you went back?
I, like, had, like, 20K.
Oh, okay.
That's quite a lot.
That's still quite a lot for like kids as well. They look at that, they probably think a certain way, you know.
I don't know about like views, because obviously like YouTube wasn't a thing when you were like back at school. We're talking like 15 years ago.
Right.
But like for me and Cam,
Brilliant.
like YouTube.
She's 2 years older than you.
The amount of channels I made, I wouldn't show my face at that. When I was really young, I did. But I'd make a channel, I'd get subscribers, upload like 50 videos.
And someone would play it in class.
Someone would find someone would find it. Then I'd delete all the videos, start a new channel, repeat. I did that about 5 times. I remember I think I generally had about 800 subs, which isn't a lot. Aww. But I had like maybe like 50 videos, and someone I knew them but not too well. So I'd say hi to them if I walked past them, but I didn't speak to them like every day. He just walked past me, gave me a little nudge on the shoulder, and he just whispered my channel name to me. Oh,
God, that's ominous. He was like, I'm gonna say it again.
What? And he just smiled and walked away. And I went into like panic attack.
That's creepy as hell, that.
So I ran like I was walking to like class, and I got my phone out, private every single video, and there was like 50, so it took me a fucking while. I private every single one on my phone, and I was like, just.
You learned nothing at school that day. Yeah. Look at you, living the life.
Really happy now.
Can we get a clap for Lewis's bank account, please?
Yeah. So that was really interesting. So like from your perspective, yours is obviously like I said to my friends, I went, okay, like obviously it's hard not to tell people. I said, okay, if you are going to tell people, at least wait until I've got 1,000 subscribers, so it's more credible, so less people would bully me. Because I feel because people will bully you if you're trying to do something, whereas if you're succeeding at something, they won't, because they know like you're doing well at it.
What kind of personality were you at school before like the whole YouTube anyway? Like were you a popular kid? Were you like an unpopular kid? Because I was literally you answer that question by all means.
I would say I wasn't unpopular. I felt like most people knew who I was because I was quite like loud.
Okay.
But like I wouldn't say they like liked me.
Yeah.
Like.
But how like was your friendship group at the time?
I was always like a friendship group hopper.
Oh, you just hopped around?
If I got too close to someone, it would creep me out, and I had to find new
Yeah.
friends.
I was loyal. I was loyal to my boys.
So I don't really have any friends.
I didn't have any like solid friends until sixth form.
Now mine was like a big group. There was like 10 boys and like 10 girls. It was like
alright, we get it. You were popular.
No, it was like many.
Flex
it was like 3s and 4s inside one big group, if that made sense.
Yeah. But I think it depends really
like
as well.
Avengers.
Where people, the Avengers, where some people when they make their channels and stuff when they're at school.
You were Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man goes from really big to small.
The one that's forgotten about.
It would be so funny if you shrunk.
But some personalities at school, I feel like if they did come out and said they had a YouTube channel or any kind of social media thing, it will be received differently. Like
bullied me.
That's what I mean, but that's probably because of the kind of personality you were at school.
It was never like nastily bullied. It was just
I'll take the piss.
Yeah. Taking the piss at each other.
Whereas I know that at my school there was one, I won't name him, but there was one kid and he made a YouTube channel. I genuinely think it looked like he was mid-process of having a mental breakdown, but we all used to watch it and like laugh. And looking back on it now, I feel really bad because he was probably. I know, but it was really, really bad. Like, I mean, if you watch this, which you're probably not, but I am sorry. But that's one kind of person. But I know that there are some people in our year where if they made a YouTube channel, people would probably be watching it and supporting it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
See where I'm from. You forget how many Scottish YouTubers do you know? How many do you know?
Battery.
Shrek. Yeah, but there's about 4, 5 Scottish YouTubers, whereas in England, it's very, very
there's a lot.
Like successful ones, probably like.
Name another Scottish YouTuber.
Jamie Genevieve, makeup girl. You know Jamie Genevieve? Surely you know Jamie.
You're just saying.
Jamie Genevieve.
No, she's a human being.
She's a big.
Shout out.
Asian lady.
There's a guy called Mike Boyd. He's got like 2 or 3 million subs. He's really good. He makes good content. And then you've got like Batchy.
And then Lewis Buchan.
I think we should go on about. So we talked about obviously the Tanner thing, and then you left that, and then the one of your most famous times on YouTube is the whole Morgz thing.
I felt like you were saying Voldemort's name there for a second.
That who shall not be named.
He's back.
I blacked it out.
I think, firstly, how did that come about? You getting in contact with each other? What was the whole thing?
Funnily enough, I was with Tanner, and
Oh.
she was like, "I want to go to a party," and I was like, "Okay." So I hit up my friend Ben Morris. You know him.
I know Ben.
I know Ben.
Yeah,
Right.
me and Ben were having like a fight at the time for some reason. I don't know why. So I went up to his party and we made up. And then, I think I met,
When was
Voldemort
this?
there.
2018?
The end,
Voldemort's.
end of
Voldemort's.
2017. Very end of 2017. I think I was 16. It was like September.
And how long were you like? Did you just make collabs just as mates before you actually like got together?
No,
Did it happen quite quickly?
Yeah.
There we go then.
Like, it was just. I'd recently, like the month before, I broke up with like my boyfriend of 3 years, like my first love.
Oh.
And I was just distraught, and I was just kind of on like a bit of a bender when we met. So
Okay.
I just,
Jesus Christ.
I wasn't like in a good place.
So was that just like what you thought would help you out?
Yeah, and then it just continued.
What was he like in person? Like off camera? Is he the same or?
Yeah, he's exactly the same. Exactly the same volume.
Well, I mean, this was like 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He might.
He's weren't still in school like that, were you?
No. I wasn't. I left in like November of 2017.
Yeah.
November.
Yeah.
Am I missing something? How have you left school in November?
Just mid-year. Just live mid-year. You can do that.
Yeah.
if you want.
Can you?
Yeah.
So I had some mates that just left like mid-year.
Yeah,
Pretty- no point really
I just
doing
didn't
it.
come back.
Oh.
Oh, actually, I left because I got in trouble. Well, there's a whole other situation as to actually why I left. I can't talk about it. It's like, but I got in trouble for vlogging a day of the life at school, and the head teacher like had a conversation with me and
That's such
stuff.
like a YouTuber thing.
I know.
I got expelled for vlogging a day in the life.
And I was just really uncomfortable after that because they wanted me to use my media skills to help with the school.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And
So
I
you got
was
in
like,
trouble
nah.
for vlogging, then they asked for your help.
Yeah, so I didn't go back.
Bullshit. Oh, fuming about that.
I left the October holiday, and when November rolled around, I didn't return.
Jesus.
Hoggers.
Anyway, what
Well,
you saying?
What was the like? The thing I'm interested in is like, what's the process of filming a Morgz video like? Like that's just what I want to know. Like,
I think I've said
just
it-
truthfully from the start to
it's
beginning.
It's like a spin wheel. Like I always feel like there's like 3 different spin wheels in every one. It's like I spent 7 days in a freezer. I feel like that's what they fucking do.
Is that
a
what it's
spin
like?
wheel. I feel like there's.
It's what you'd think it would be like. It's what it looks like.
Hell.
It's like
Like, I can't say like too much because my videos were also like that at the time.
Yeah.
They, I don't know why.
Do you feel
you're
like his
talking to
influence
me
rubbed
right
off on
now.
you, kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
just felt like
Content changes.
I felt like, oh, I've left school. I don't like have rich parents to fall back on. Like, I just have to do something to make money.
Yeah.
So I just did
pause.
What's the hot?
Like,
Oh.
you don't get it, do you?
No, you just paused.
No, that's what
For
what
TV
they
for
did.
The
Like,
pause
'cause
challenge.
You're gonna
PewDiePie
unpause me
reacted
or-
to that, didn't he? Fucking PewDiePie reacted to that video.
Yeah. What was that? What was that like when PewDiePie's making videos on you?
Oh my god. Well, we'd broken up at the time, so it was very awkward.
Oh god.
Oh.
And then,
Oh, yeah, I remember you
and
texted
then
me.
PewDiePie like drops that video, and like right at the beginning, it's just me with like choking on orange juice, like.
Because he paused you.
With all that has happened to her.
Yeah, I think if I had to pinpoint like top 3 times in my life where I actually wanted to physically decease, it would have been maybe that.
Oh, I thought I would probably find that more. Like, just because it's fucking PewDiePie.
It was funny. It's just like,
Came at the wrong
is that
time.
the person I want PewDiePie to see me as?
Yeah.
I hear that.
Mm.
The one who's
Big
got
old
orange
pews.
juice
Like-
all over herself.
I'd like to play Among Us with him or something one day.
Oh,
Oh.
that's cute.
Well,
No,
He does-
I'm
he's a
I'm
friend of
just
the
orange
show.
juice girl.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
what was the when you first got with them and started doing videos? What was the impact on your channel? Like, what was that like?
It wasn't really anything at first because his channel was dead. Like
How was it?
mine was, I was just fresh. I
Mhm.
was like new, and yeah, it was kind of like together. We grew.
Yeah.
Aw.
So Like
That's
we did
cute.
videos together.
Was that what
That's
blew it
not
up? Was
cute.
it the whole like relationship like dynamic and like was that what people were interested in?
I don't know. I think
People on YouTube just love seeing people together. Whether
Yeah.
it's a relationship or whether it's just like a duo, people just love seeing people together. Same with like group channels.
I
People
think
because
you
they're
got- I think-
perverted. They like kiss. Kiss.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's just when you can see people bounce off each other, so it's not just you can get bored of one person
I
if they're
wouldn't
not
say
doing
we were
anything.
bouncing off each other. But
No, I feel just in general, if you it's like a couple
Just
group
pausing each other,
positive thing, yeah.
unplaying each other, fast forwarding each
Yeah.
Hey,
other.
did you do that off camera as well?
Pause. Whenever someone's annoying, you just pause. What I'd like to know is because you've told me a bit about this, but I just think it's a funny concept for a lot of people. What is Morgz Mum like off camera?
Oh yes, this is the question.
Jill Hudson, this is the question on everybody's mind. Everyone's been begging for it.
again, like all of my experiences are like over 2 years ago now, so it's like
What was she? All you can say is what she was like when you were.
she was like, you know, like quite nice for the most part. She had her moments.
She's the exact same age as my mum, like same
Really?
date of birth. So just
Really?
yeah, same date of birth. So not
Libra
exact,
gang.
No, same year, not actual day.
Oh, I thought you meant
So
like
she's
they were.
just as old as my mum. So whenever I watch her, I just picture me like forcing my mum to I
My
couldn't
mum would
imagine
beat
picking up my
me.
mum and throwing her in the pool.
No, yeah.
Yeah, or like pausing my mum.
It's crazy to me that some people aren't like scared of their parents.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I've said it before. Anyone that's like overly close with their parents
Creeps me out.
really creeps me out.
I
yeah.
said like I'm never gonna like date anyone ever again that like loves their mother too much. Like Kaelis has a nice like they live kind of far away, but she's very sweet. They don't like
yeah.
they're not like on top of each other.
They don't unpause and pause each other.
No, they don't. They
I thought that
don't.
would get a bit complicated over Christmas dinner or something. You just
Yeah,
fuck.
like I'd say Kaelis has a perfect family dynamic. I'm very lucky that they're not like incestuous.
Oh,
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying.
yeah.
but
Are you saying that Morgz is incestuous?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying some people give off like an incestuous vibe from an outsider's perspective.
Unironically, I do love with my whole heart Bald Martin. I think he's brilliant.
He's
Cracks
great.
me up.
I have
He is
nothing,
quite funny.
Genuinely,
nothing bad to say
unironically,
about
I love him.
him.
I think he's brilliant.
What does that mean?
No, don't worry, it's fine.
He sounds like annoying.
Yes, I am.
Uh,
Do you want to just do it now?
Yeah, I think that's a good time to say thank you to our sponsors,
Adrian
Adrian
Flux.
Flux.
Oi!
Hooray!
Hooray!
It's me, Cam Kirkham, for today's ad of Adrian Flux yet again.
Yeah!
We love Adrian Flux, don't we?
We do love
Charlie?
it. We love
We
it.
don't.
We lo-
And I hope
Oh.
you love Adrian Flux as much as we do, because and that'd be very hard to do actually, because we love them very, very much.
I can't drive, Lewis, but if I could drive, who would I go to?
Or even if you were learning to drive, Charlie, which you are going to be.
I
who are
am
you
going to. I will do that.
And who are you going to?
Adrian Flux. But Lewis. Oh, okay. But Lewis. Just say yes, please. Just say yes. But Lewis,
Yes.
why would I go to Adrian Flux?
That's a very good question. Let me tell you. So Adrian Flux offer loads of great deals for learner drivers, and if you want to potentially get a black box, which I did when I first passed my test, it saves you so much money every single time.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
So if you want to support this podcast, they have helped this podcast come to life. I don't know why I'm speaking about it as if it's a Disney movie, but it's helped it come to life. So if you want to support the podcast, go to the link in the description. Adrian Flux, check them out.
Please do. They're great.
And hooray, back to the rest of the podcast. Hooray. Morgz Mum, like, as good looking as she looks in the videos, like in person.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know if it's just like a catfishing type thing.
It depends what you're into.
What are you into?
Huh.
Oh.
Oh, like a bit of Jill.
Sorry about that bald Martin. Like, I don't want any. I don't want any.
Doesn't want that
Martin. I don't want the head, the bald head.
What is it like working on a video with her though? Like, what is the whole like? I just want to know: is she like mental? Is she genuinely mental, or just is it like the camera comes on and then she's just, or is she like in real life? Is she always just active? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she was always nice to me, for you know.
What was like the most like
I
the most like awkward or like second-hand cringe thing to like witness to see type thing?
probably just like when she got like, you know, thrown around a lot.
Well, so I don't watch any Morgz videos, by the way. I've
I've
actually.
only done it for my videos, and like I remember one time I just seen like I've seen Morgz like batter Not only
As
her,
in like fish and chip batter or like batters in
like,
here?
like hit with boxing gloves. His mum.
Really?
One of my
Yeah.
favourite
What?
ones. One of my favourite ones was whereas when he got Bald Martin on his shoulders and threw him into the pool. That was my favourite. I went, how can you convince your stepson to let you throw?
Stepson, so not even full son.
No. Morgan's real dad looks a bit like Wayne.
Calling him Morgan as well.
Oh
This
my
sound,
good
this feels
God.
really weird.
Oh my god.
Have you even met?
What Morgz?
Yeah.
Where would I meet him? I did see
You seem
Morgz.
to know him very personally.
Yeah.
I seen
You know a bit too much.
I seen Morgz Mum at Summer in the City and I wanted a photo with her, but she had like so many people around there I couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah, how
I'm
did-
sorry.
How does she handle that whole thing when people? Because that's weird for a mum.
Yeah, once again, like
I don't-
my mum like getting stopped in the street is just hilarious.
My mum is such an introvert. If people said like hello, she'd be like no,
Yeah.
like straight
One
away.
time my dad got stopped in the street. One time my dad got a photo took in the pub. Like he sent me a photo messenger and there was like two girls and he's like these girls wanted to say hello and I was like how does that even come about?
Girls.
But one
Girls.
time my dad did get
Your
stopped because my dog got recognised. My dog.
Your
got
dog get
My
recognised?
dog got
A
recognised.
clouty dog.
He's
Someone-
a pretty recognisable.
Yeah.
You know,
Someone
beast.
asked to get a photo with my dog,
I would.
and then my dad.
His
was like,
dog.
My dad
Yeah,
was so
it's hot.
confused. He was like, my dad was like, this lassie came up to me and just asked for a photo with Cody. And I was like, what? She was like, she just asked for a photo with the dog. She said she knew you.
I don't know whether your accent's getting stronger right
Yeah.
now, copying your dad or
When
not.
That's me doing my
You know,
dad.
when,
Hey,
I,
oh,
when
my
I
dog.
think of like who your dad is, you
Uh-huh.
know, in Shrek 2 when he gets changed into the man in a human form.
Yeah,
I bet that's what your dad
I
looks
guess-
like.
I get so many comments getting told I look like human Shrek, but I don't know if that's just because of that.
I think you do a little bit.
You do.
a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. You look like a
Because
human.
human
Shrek.
Shrek's obviously
Oh,
huge.
Oh,
Huge.
Oh.
okay. You ruined the whole moment. You're in the moment.
Wait, so we're talking before about before we start filming about how you'd you'd been on Drama Alert. What is it like when people like, especially Drama Alert, when you're on that?
I've only been on it once.
Can you explain to me, because I don't know either, why were you on Drama Alert?
I don't know.
I just made a series of tweets earlier this year because I was quite fed up.
Oh.
Yeah.
With what?
Just
Life, X, what?
Just, you know,
Did a fucking
the
Harry
whole-
Potter spell there.
I was unconsensual. What's the word?
Unconsensually?
Yeah,
Inconsensually?
whatever.
Unconsent- yeah.
Used in a thumbnail,
Oh.
but I did not have that many clothings on, and I was with Kaylus, Vanilla of Voldemort's.
And
You should not be named.
I remember
And,
this actually.
Voldemort's.
he was like pretending to like call me, and I just pissed me off.
And
I
you
was
got
like,
angry.
I've removed myself
Angie.
from this.
Oh, no, I think I remember.
I remember
I made
this on
a
Twitter.
series of tweets about
I just
it.
didn't know that was you.
And then it was on Drama Alert. I didn't want to do it. I was just kind of like, I don't want to be in
Spur of the moment,
thumbnails.
just yeah.
Wow.
I get that.
So how did it feel to be like on Let's Get Right into the News?
I would have rather it was for something else.
Did he
to be
say your,
honest, my
did he say your name
debut.
right?
My
Did he
debut
say
on
your
Drama
name
Alert.
right?
He probably called me Kiera. they
Because
all do.
what Keemstar does, and it's quite smart, is he purposely says people's names wrong so
Comment
people
about
comment.
it. Yeah.
That's a big thing, isn't it?
He does it on purpose every time.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually been affected by a video that's been made on you? It's probably during the Morgz bit, wasn't it? But
No, I generally just kind of like, I either laugh at it or I just don't care.
Kinda
Like I
comes with it.
I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I'd like to be in that group of uncancelable YouTubers because they just don't like care.
Unproblematic or
Well, you
just
can't- you
uncancellable?
can't-
No,
you
it's
can't
just like if I
cancel-
do something that's slightly questionable, it's like I'm
You-
sorry, I won't do it again.
You
but
can't
shut
cancel
up.
someone who doesn't care about being cancelled. Like you see,
Yeah.
you see people like it's mostly the American ones though that are like they get so sensitive that they'll apologise for doing like the most minimalistic thing,
Uh-huh.
and then people won't see them as an easy target from then on.
To be fair, like
Mhm.
in direct contrast, like Anastasia Kingsnorth, she's been apologising for stuff on Instagram, which I really don't think should be apologising
No,
for
I
recently.
actually DM'd her about this this morning.
So
I was
did
like,
I.
it's ridiculous.
what was it?
I don't know if it's like she was wearing fake tan on one thing. I don't understand about the bar
No,
thing.
she wasn't. She literally just got back from Greece as well.
But either that, but whatever. People accusing her of blackfishing. Yeah, because she was in Greece, wasn't
yeah, you
But
should
she was
look at
just
the photo,
tanned.
it's
she? It
like-
really isn't bad at all.
It's a massive thing right now, and especially amongst the Americans when they realise that teens have been doing this for like years, where they fake tan
But
themselves.
what is really relevant to this is that Anastasia sat down and like she looked quite affected by it, but was actually apologizing for being tanned. So like effectively, she was like, I should realize that this is no.
But at the
like,
same
no.
time, there is, not saying her, but there is girls out there that do really.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But because it is a thing, but there's got to be some sort of line.
No.
But if you're talking about like not apologizing or being more uncancelable, so to speak, when you start apologizing for small things, it really becomes
Like,
a
I'm
problem.
not gonna say sorry for like being orange. I don't even fake tan myself brown. I fake tan myself orange. If
Nice.
I do it. All the child.
The Oompa Loompas are fuming.
Aren't you supposed to? Like, doesn't it go orange? Like, I've never.
It does. I like
Doesn't it
the
go orange
orange
for like the first day or two, and then goes brown, doesn't it?
I haven't got a clue.
You can tell a fake tan from a
Real tan.
real tan, of course.
You can see it in the hands.
I like the orange twinge. I'm not
They just get orange all over their hands.
currently on my natural shade.
Mm.
You don't see my sunburn? Look at that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I was jet skiing and I had one of those like things around
Jet
my
ski,
wrist.
what, down the Thames?
I was in Dubai.
Oh,
Down the Thames, come on. Do you know what you're talking to?
really not.
I did see on TikTok there's hot tubs you can go in
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Canary Wharf.
So, funny story.
Oh, yeah, that looks
I
cool.
was on the DLR, it had stopped, and someone went,
Hot
that
tub.
boat's sinking, and I turned around. And there's this boat.
Somebody actually said that.
Yeah, no, they all believed it. Like, generally about 5-8 people
Beat
rushed.
the audio so much.
They all rushed to one side of the window, and like, oh my god, it's sinking. And we seen this boat, it was like full of water. And I was like, oh my god, it's fucking sinking. And they were all just sitting there like laughing. I took a photo of it. And I was like, what the fuck, why are they happy that their boat's sinking? And as I got closer, everyone went, it's a hot tub.
There's a hot tub.
Everyone's
And
like,
you're taking photos of people in there.
Don't
like,
worry,
bikinis and stuff.
I've already looked at it. It's 30 quid per person.
30.
Yeah, but I had my cast on at the time, so we couldn't 30 quid per person.
You just didn't want to tell us about it.
Is that
you
a
get,
lot
you get
to go
alcohol.
in?
I had a cast, so I couldn't even do it if I wanted.
I feel like that's a lot of money to go on a plague river.
Well, you're
Yeah.
not going in the
No, no,
Thames.
no.
So like you're on it.
I feel like one drop of that gets in your drink or
Just
something.
disease.
You're
No,
goodbye.
it's like the
Plague River.
it's like the restricted section of water, so it's like the clean water, where like when people do the jet skiing and that, it's like the
There is no water in the Thames that is clean.
Clean.
It makes me
Cleaner.
upset that all of the water from like the Greater London area comes from Thames Water, the company. I'm like,
Well, to be fair,
I drink bottled water.
not that this is even an interesting fact, but we're supposed to be one of the cleanest major rivers in Europe.
Nah.
Don't know how that's happened. It's
What's that
true.
say about the rest of Europe?
Oh, fucking! It's all gone to
They
tits.
still have the bubonic plague in like France.
I see the Danube when I was in Budapest, and that was like disgusting.
Mm.
And that river, I think it's the river that flows through the most amount of countries in the world. Fun fact for you. There you go.
It's
I'll do
just
it
getting
back.
Thank
absolutely
you.
shat on per
Thanks.
country as it goes
It's like
along.
David
Gets to
Attenborough.
Budapest, it's like,
I
oh.
appreciate the knowledge.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice river talk there.
yeah.
Really off subject.
Want to see more river talk? Let us know.
Yeah.
The Nile is a lot.
Yeah, that'll be up next.
How do we go from Anastasia's tan?
I don't know. The
We've
River
just-
Nile.
We've just gone from like darker skin to really shitty water.
Well,
Guys, let us know what your
I
favourite
wouldn't
river
say
is.
that in the same sentence.
Comment down below.
No,
What's
that's
your
not what I
favourite
meant, that's
river
not what I meant.
and why? What's your favourite
Oh,
river
that's a
and
soundbite.
why?
Well,
What's
what,
your favourite river?
the river, the Mediterranean. Is that a river?
Yeah, that was really funny, Cam. Well done.
No, it
mate.
actually is.
The River Mediterranean. I'm googling it right now.
No, we're not. We're not.
It's literally called the Mediterranean Sea. What do you mean is it a river?
Yeah, but
Who
he's
do I live with?
waffling. He's waffling.
My two roommates are arguing whether the Mediterranean is a river or not.
He said it with chest.
You know what's kind of nice? River Severn. Is that what it's called? The one
yeah,
that's like
yeah,
by
yeah.
Wales or something.
River Forth, where I'm from, is quite nice. Sometimes,
fuck's sake.
What is happening?
sometimes there's killer whales spotted in it every now and again. Really
It's a
interesting.
nice river.
Yeah.
Pallion.
Yeah.
I realised the
Peon.
Mediterranean is in a river.
If you've googled River Mediterranean,
Oh, it's,
No.
its mouth's in the Mediterranean Sea.
Wait, 'cause look at me. I'm educated.
What'd you say?
I said what is a nice river, and it's come up with nice river runs through it. The
Source.
Peon,
Mont Uri. Mouth. Mediterranean Sea. Country.
a Mediterranean
France.
river going into
Mississippi.
France.
Doing your geography lesson for you.
Anyway, should we move
Yeah.
on from this
Yeah.
river talk?
I was gonna bring up Sidemen Tinder.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
what was the whole process of that? Let's start at the start. Who asked you?
KSI.
Did he?
JJ messaged you.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
God.
He's done that 3 times.
Ironically for Logan
It's
Paul
such
as well.
No, it's such a conflict of interest because Logan Paul's my first love. But I love KSI too. Like I didn't grow up watching.
Who did you
Sidemen
support for the
Girl.
fight?
Just supporting the fight.
I feel very conflicted.
But who did
Oh.
you support? Or
So-
did you just sit there being like, yes, JJ, oh yes, look.
I was like, I'll take you, boy.
I was quite upset. Guess whose after party she was at?
Logan's.
No. That was only in 2018. That was because I didn't get an invite.
But you're still with after party.
Still went
That's
there.
It was fun.
Can't believe it. Traitor.
And support your own country.
Traitor to the UK.
So, KSI messaged you. What was the day like? Like what did it start off?
Yeah, we just rolled up to YouTube studio, and then I sat there for about an hour, literally shaking.
Were you nervous?
I was terrified.
I was filming that day, so obviously you wouldn't see the camera crew. There was
You
Con.
were in the room.
I was in the room.
You
Yeah.
saw me. Oh, it was so
I did
bad.
see you. Yeah. But the thing is, I was saying, because Lauren was on the previous podcast, but that's where I met Lauren for the first time.
She was there.
She was also there.
The
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, she was also there on the set day. But there was a lot of girls that were there. But I
There
remember seeing like a lot of people who I didn't know, so I only found out about who you were after Sidemen Tinder.
Oh.
But
okay.
a lot of people that came in on that day, I didn't have
Just
a
called
single
me
clue.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
I did not call
It's
that.
fine.
You were
It's
like,
fine.
You
I
literally
am.
said you were there. Like that's what it is. I was like, okay,
I
fine.
wasn't looking.
No, of course. But how did you feel when you walked into that room and there's obviously the boys that are just sitting there? Because I can understand with a lot of cameras on there, it could be a bit daunting.
I don't think I'd ever met any of them before,
No?
or talked. Actually, no. I'd met Mini Mentor before, kind of, not really. He wasn't really talking to me, but I was like there. Anyway, besides the point, it was like I'm very awkward, Like it takes me a minute to warm up to people.
Mm-hmm.
So you put me in a room with like the biggest YouTubers, like kind of in the world, almost like pretty much.
In the
Mhm.
UK, anyways, yeah. For sure.
Well, I'd say the world too, and
As a group, definitely one.
I'm
of the biggest
just
ones.
That's a good.
I didn't like my outfit. Yeah.
But
I
how
really,
did-
I carried it.
Did you enjoy
Carried
it?
It was fun. Like after, it was a lot of pressure in the moment because you don't know anything. Like you go in the room.
Did you like any of them? Did you go like, let's go?
Did anyone tickle your fancy?
I was in a relationship at the time.
So nobody tickled your
Still,
fancy,
for
but who
content,
tickled your
for
fancy
content,
for
For
content?
We don't care. You're like,
Oh.
yeah, let's go on a date.
Oh no,
Say yes to.
I used to have a little bit of a crush on Harry when I was like 16.
I think a lot of people have a crush on Harry.
I think I've got a crush on
Yeah.
Harry.
He's
Opening
quite
packs.
like charming.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. Really
He's
nice.
lovely.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I haven't met him outside.
He's really
of that.
sweet.
Does he actually have a drug problem or is that a joke?
No, no. He does not have a drug problem.
Jesus Christ.
Can I say that?
Yeah, I think that's just playing up to the.
I actually I had a
concept.
really
That's
good.
why I was very happy on the shoot.
I had a good line for Harry actually. In the.
Wait,
Literally
what?
a line. Jesus Christ.
I think it's really nice. He loved it.
He
It was
loved
the
it.
best he's ever had.
Just to clarify, I don't know where I would even buy that. Anyway, back to I had a good
Response.
sentence for him because I was trying to think of some funny stuff to say. None of it ended up coming out right.
Mm.
But so I was like, oh, when Harry asks me his question or whatever, I was gonna, little boy, where it's like, how many girls have you in your life?
Yeah.
One. That's mad. I was gonna be like, Harry, you've only freaked one girl in your life. It's not about to be two. Forgot about it.
Oh,
Forgot about
shit.
it.
That would have banged in front of them.
that'd have been so good.
I know. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, that would have fucking
I
worked.
just said like no
It'd
thank
work.
you or something. I was like, oh,
No,
no,
thank you.
I was sorry, Harry. I really liked the Sidemen. I was just I was a little starstruck to be honest.
It's a little bit different when the cameras are on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could prepare everything and manifest it to where you want it to go. Then when you walk in the room and the
Yeah.
lights are on.
It
and-
was just one take. That was it.
yeah.
But that's why this is good. This gets you really just used to just being on camera
How-
24/7.
Yeah, for sure. How did you feel like the post effects of like the Simon video? Did it affect your channel? Did it give you any more traction anyway?
Just not notice.
Nothing at all.
I made a video reacting to it.
How
There-
did
there
that
was-
feel?
It got, like a million views, but
Decent.
I didn't
Just a
really,
million.
I didn't really.
Just shrugged it off. Just
I think it has a million views now, but yeah, I didn't really read the comments to be honest. I was like, I'm not.
Oh,
gonna-
Sidemen fans are brutal, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll go in.
Someone did say that I looked.
Looked.
Is it?
I'll give you a straight face.
Can I say that someone said I seemed autistic?
Yes, you can, as long as we don't laugh.
Okay,
Yeah.
straight faces.
Yeah, and I did see that comment, and I was like, all right, that's enough of that.
That's enough of that. No more. Closes the comment section, walks off. Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
Simon fans like renowned for going in. Like,
Oh, it's
it can be
weird, 'cause
really bad.
You've got, I don't know what their demographic is, like percentage female wise, but I feel like it's either female lesbians or football Twitter. I feel like that's
It's
their
very
fans.
high female, surely.
No, it's majority male, but the most vocal are females.
Really?
Same with every demographic, isn't it?
Like
mine's is 70% female, but I never see comments from guys. Rarely, maybe like the odd, like 5%.
because they like you, they like.
But that's
Yeah,
that's,
the guys can
that's
be
the
too.
same for most of it though. Like for me, for YouTube, because a lot of it came over from Ethan. A lot of my demographic was male.
Football
But
Twitter.
a
West
little
Ham
bit,
casuals.
yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
that's just not me at all. But then
Ethan's fans are mean because he posted like a very deep video on Twitter, and I responded to the tweet. I was like, "This is good that you're talking about this, blah blah blah." And so, like a football Twitter dude replied like, "No one asked."
especially that video, because I remember I filmed it, edited it for him, and I was like, I feel like this is important for your audience to
It
see.
was a good video.
But then when people do react to it, some of the Sidemen fans, the male demographic especially, it's rarely the females that go
Yeah.
off unless
No,
they're
never.
No, the
unless
male's
they're
like, you're a
offended by
stupid
something.
slut here and no one cares. Like you dated Morgz, haha.
sounds about Sidemen. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot
I
like
did.
the nature of my comments on my YouTube.
It's football Twitter, bro.
Yeah, football Twitter. I think their whole thing is if they take the piss out of you, they like you, but it comes across weird in comments. Like every single hate comment on this podcast is about me.
Yeah.
a lot of girls,
sure,
a lot of girls are like that as well. Like a lot of will call you ugly if they don't think. Well, that's what I keep telling myself, anyways.
Please, I'm
They
not
call me
ugly.
ugly. I hope they don't mean it.
I feel like the girls are quite nice to me, and I do have a big male demographic, but like I'd say the males are probably they're either in my DMs, you know, sending inappropriate
Unsolicited
Yeah.
pictures, yeah.
or they're like calling me a slut.
That's
Also,
nice.
it's never in between. It's just like
It's never like
It's just either
alright. It's
cock
like
or slut.
big.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you about your whole like, how did you meet Kaelis? How did that come about?
The Morgz video.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh, was
he
it?
introduced
There's a
us.
Morgz video.
He's like the root of everything.
I actually, so I'd heard Kaylus had been brought up in conversation because him and Morgz were like, they talked occasionally. I wouldn't say they were like friends, but
Yeah.
they
Friendly.
talked about YouTube and stuff. not
YouTube
about
friends.
their lives. And so I went to LA kind of like with just like one of my regular life friends in like 2018 in the summer, and I went to a YouTube party after VidCon I was with Azzyland, who is good friends.
Yeah.
Who was good friends with Kaelis at the time, and she was talking to him, and in my head I said, "Oh, is that like Infinite Lists? That's his name on YouTube." And she was like, "Yeah." So the next day I DM'd him. I was like, "Hey, I saw you at the party. I didn't know if it was you. It was dark, so I didn't say hi." But then me and him would talk, and we kind of became friends, and he would give me a lot of like YouTube advice, especially when I posted my like big viral video, and it didn't like blow up, and I was kind of sad about it. And he was like, "No, it'll be fine, don't worry." And then in like 3 days, it just like took off. And so he was always very nice to me. And then, so like 2018, a couple months after I saw him at VidCon, we did I don't know if you've seen my tweet, the how it started versus where it's going one.
You're not on Twitter anymore.
It was a Morgz video, and it was like.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
saw
it.
that the
spending
other day. Yeah.
I've seen it.
He made me like mount Kaelis in bed for the thumbnail. Me and Kaelis were both very.
Well, did he know?
Oh,
It was just practice. Just like this podcast for impulsive.
He like what's the word?
Straddled.
No, the what like four.
Foreplay?
Foreshadowing.
No, yeah, foreshadow.
Oh,
It was
Okay, I got that
foreshadowed.
very wrong.
Me and Kaelis were both obviously very uncomfortable at the time. Like he was like almost 21, I was 17.
Oh.
We were like, I wasn't actually straddling him. I sat next to him.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't weird, but we were both just very uncomfortable in the situation. Like there was no tension
Yeah.
of this. Like I was just kind of ugh. But then me and Morgan, I got rid of that. And
That.
that.
situation, whatever you want to call it. And then probably like 2 months later, Kaelis like messages, like he'd always been kind of like DMing me, and he was like, "Oh, so like you still together?" I'm like, "No, it's been a while." And then he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he comes back to our DMs like 10 minutes later with like, "Oh, I saw your Snapchat story come off my feed, by the way. You should like add me back." And I was like,
No,
Okay.
that old one.
and then we kind of Snapchatted, did our own things, whatever, for a few months, and then we hung out in LA. and he picked me up, and we like went to VidCon together in 2019, and then we had our first kiss at VidCon.
Oh,
She loves the
That's
Radio Rebel
cute.
thing. Really, really, really loves it.
because you you used to go like back and forth between LA and London, don't you?
Yeah, it's
Visa check.
I don't have one. That's why I can't.
I know.
Yeah, because you were saying before you want to emigrate there, don't you?
Yes.
Emigrate.
Is it
Emigrate.
Emigrate.
Isn't that what animals do?
Is it?
No, that's
Migrate.
migrate.
Just going.
Yeah, it's immigrates right. I think.
Yeah, I got detained at the airport when I was on my way to Florida in February, and it was the scariest experience of my life. And I'm convinced that's when 2020 went downhill.
What, when you didn't get allowed in?
Yeah, Corona happened like next
Wow.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a lot of anxiety. But yeah, I haven't been back since. Well, I was stuck in LA for 3 months because of Corona.
I'm excited because you've
Oh,
been
no.
to a lot of
What a shame.
you've been to a lot of LA parties. I'm curious because I'd love to go to some, but I don't know if I'd hate them or love them because I know some YouTubers and social media influencers could be cunts.
Yeah.
I've never been to some, but I did hear from another YouTuber that apparently the first thing they always say to you is, "Oh, so
What's
what,
your
like how many
Instagram?"
followers do you have? Like,
Yeah.
oh, what do you do?" Like,
I
it's never
don't
"How are
know,
you?"
like-
or "What's your name?" It's like, "Oh, what do you do?"
I've never really like tried like interacting with people that's like I don't really know or know of. And when I go to a party in LA, I don't really like drink because firstly I'm underage there. Of course, I would never do that, American government, if you're watching this. I'm serious. I've never taken
I
a
think
single sip
that's-
of alcohol in your country.
I think that
Anyway.
That was so intense.
I do find that so interesting because
It's odd.
most people in the UK will like for the first between the ages of 18 to 21 they'll heavily drink and then they'll kind of just simmer off after 21
Yeah.
and just do it whenever they want.
already
Whereas
for
it's
it.
just the opposite in America. They start at 21. I think that's so
Yeah.
just.
Well, no, but they
funny.
obviously they do drink before that. But,
Yeah, but
I
but
don't.
like house
I don't-
parties and stuff, they go out when they hit 21,
I
unless
don't
you've got
know
fake
if they even-
IDs.
I feel like house parties are big there, but like
Yeah.
I don't drink at those kind of parties. It's more about like networking. So
Who
it's
But
not
that's
really
what I
about
mean.
having fun.
So then, how do
But
you
it is
find that?
fun.
Though? Yeah, I mean, networking is obviously one thing because it like you
who's
meet
the
new
coolest person
people.
you've met? Whether you've been a fan of them or just
a
someone like
party?
fucking like just Jason Derulo, like why the fuck are you here type thing.
Oh, me and Jason
can't
Derulo
imagine.
have some
Oh,
DMs.
I remember when he DM'd you. You sent me it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry,
a few
please
times.
explain.
Jason Derulo, like just it was. Do you know when the 100? I don't know why I'm speaking on behalf of it. Like the 100 DM videos.
Why are you so excited by
The
this?
DMing 100 celebrities video. I did
Oh.
one. It got a lot of views. He didn't reply in time for the video. He replied a month later. Odd. I don't know because the top requests go away after 3 days.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he came across that, but whatever. Yeah, we talked a little bit. He asked me where I was from, and we talked about Miami. I assume that's where he's like hangs out a lot. And, we talked, and that was it really. He asked me to
Yeah.
promote one of his songs, and I left him on red.
What just out the
Why
blue?
would he need your help to promote a song?
He just was like, "Hey babe, like I'm coming out with a new song. If you want to make some content," and I was just kind of like, "I thought we were friends, Jason." But yeah, I think he seems nice. He genuinely does.
But that was just a weird thing.
TikTok
But has
bangers.
anyone that you've been met at a party that you've ever been a big fan of, or just been like, oh, that was weird?
I met. He actually recently followed me on Twitter, and I kind of screamed. But I met Jarvis last year.
What, Face Jarvis?
I love him, and also Rug, FaZe Rug. We're like
That's such
good
a
friends
weird,
now.
I know
But
he's a
like,
really good friend. That's such like a weird friendship.
he just DM'd me randomly. He was like, "Let's collab," and I was like, "Okay." But I was in like Florida, and he was in like LA, and I was like,
Yeah, what's he like in real life?
"He's genuinely the nicest YouTuber I've ever met in my whole entire life."
Really?
You could like, there's nothing bad you can say about him.
I've seen his hamster vlogs actually.
Yeah, we've watched his hamster vlogs.
Oh, is that the guy?
When he,
Yeah.
when he
Oh,
makes
for God's sake.
like massive cage for his hamster.
That was literally Lewis's biggest inspiration. Like, when we
Biggest
first got, he said, I saw this. Like, they made like
I
a
seen it like
castle.
5 years, like when it first got uploaded, like 3 years ago or something.
I wish we could have a hamster here, just on the table.
Yeah, just.
Oh wait,
walking.
landlord, we don't have a hamster.
Yeah, I don't know what's just going on
Yeah.
about.
Don't know what she's talking about.
If my landlord's watching, I
We
don't
have a
have
hamster.
pet rats.
What about
There
David
is-
Dobrik? Have you partied with him?
I've met him, yeah.
Oh my god,
He's
I'm
been
so
to-
jealous of that.
I've met him. Well, I've been in the same room as him a multitude of times, but I met him once unintentionally. I was at VidCon at the hotel, and I was like holding the door open for someone behind me, and I was quite drunk. And then he like grabs it and says thank you, and I turn around and it's David Dobrik, and I go, "You're," and he goes hi, and I'm like, "Hello," and he goes, "How are you?" And I'm like, "I'm good. How are you?" And he goes, "I'm doing great," and I'm like, "Okay, goodbye," and I walk off really fast. So just
Oh,
Oh, so he was really nice. I can imagine him being really nice in real life.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I don't like that he trademarked the word clickbait, but that's for another day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not many people would know that. I was
I
so
know.
shocked when you were telling us that story
yeah.
earlier.
I just found out because I wanted to put on merch, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I can't.
Would you get cancelled for that clickbait? Like, so if for people that don't know,
Copywriting clickbait.
David
I
Dobrik.
don't know if it's like still a thing, but someone told me like I was gonna do it, and then like a manager or something was like, nah, trademarked.
So what would happen if you did that? Would he just, you owe him a lot of money?
Maybe he'd sue me. I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
like to think he wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't necessarily be his decision. It would be his management or someone in there.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, give us.
It does rub me the wrong way because it's not.
It's just legalities and stuff. And when people get involved in it, money gets involved, it just
Yeah.
becomes more.
But like when you think about it, think of anyone else that has clickbait on their merch. You can't.
No.
And a lot of YouTubers really like to put that on their merch.
Yeah,
Like
such a
it's
big thing.
Such an easy words. Like,
That's
Everyone
sad.
knows what it means.
But he
Yeah.
seems like a nice guy. I don't know. He turned up to Kaylus's party once. Because Kaelis used to live in a big house with like reaction time and like
Wasn't it the TikTokers?
they invaded.
the
They
Sway
did.
house?
It's a Sway house now. It's a Sway.
No one
It's
there.
like Griffin Johnson's house.
No
No
one
one. No one.
Yeah.
That's
They don't
funny.
get this because they don't watch TikTok.
That's
No, I do
funny.
not.
I don't.
Yeah, but like people used to jump off the balcony into the pool at his house, and
That sounds fun. Did it
David
ever go
Dobrik-
wrong?
someone did break their like rib or something.
Rib?
I just one they fractured or something. It wasn't a big deal.
God. Do you remember that video of Dan Bilzerian when he lobbed women off the thing? Did anyone ever do
Oh
that?
yeah.
Please say someone
No.
got lobbed off.
You know,
That'd be so
actually,
class.
you
I love
know,
that.
there's a little kid. What's his name? Jack.
We're lobbing kids off the
Doherty.
thing.
You know,
Jack who?
Jack
Doherty.
Yeah, the kid. He's like
Who's that?
he makes the like vlogs that he goes in Walmart and he talks over the speaker and
The yodeling kids.
he's like I don't know. He's like 15 anyway, and he tried to do it. So I got like a video of him consenting that like because he's
Oh
underage.
shit! Is that the one in like where David Dobrik films it, where Kaelis has a front flip?
I don't think Kaelis made it into the vlog, sadly.
But wasn't that? Is that
It-
the one you're talking about where he
yeah.
front flipped into the pool?
Yeah,
Ah, shit.
I filmed
There
him.
was so many fucking people there.
There
when I
was
seen-
so many. It was like, it was terrifying. Yeah, Madison Beer was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
She,
that
Charlie,
I-
she's 14.
woman. No, she's not 14.
21. She stood up on like this tiny little wall and she was like, "Who here is a TikToker?" It was like she was making fun of the people at the party. And
Oh.
It made me feel like, oh.
Oh,
But
is she
maybe
being mean?
I've not
thi-
heard much good things about her.
I
No,
think it was
Madison,
just
please.
it was just slightly like patronizing because then slightly after she became a TikToker
Yeah.
and that's what like revitalized her career. But like
how she blew up because of like
TikTok.
TikTok launched her career.
Yeah,
because
but
she became a
I don't know. Maybe she was just
prostitute.
like drunk or something. and tried to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I was just kind of intrigued about like the dynamicism between people at LA parties and stuff, like you saying about networking.
Oh yeah.
Do you not find that it becomes okay? So you've got a London house party,
Mhm.
something with YouTubers and stuff like that. I've been to plenty, and I don't feel like it's a very like networky kind of thing. Is it very
No.
different between the London and LA scene for that?
You're the opposite. Every British YouTuber that I know hates LA and loves UK, and I feel like you're the complete opposite. You love LA and hate UK.
I feel like everyone here like hates me.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever met a UK YouTuber and just very rarely have I met a I couldn't even name someone I've met like a UK YouTuber and thought prick.
Yeah.
Like I'd meet them and I go, oh, they're quite nice, or I feel bad for judging them beforehand.
I just feel like my audience is predominantly US. Like the content I make isn't very like stereotypically like a British YouTuber like. And my friends are all there, so I feel like it's kind of more my scene. I feel like I get along with people there
think you
more
get-
as well.
so you're more comfortable in the LA scene, really?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
It's I feel like I thrive there.
Fair enough. I've never been. I was supposed to go this year.
Yeah, I
Really?
really want to go as well. Well, I was going to go this year as well. But
It like the first time I went, I didn't know anyone, and I just saw like
Mhm.
LA and all like there's a lot
I
of
just
homeless
wanna-
people around. It's kind of scary.
I just want to go to LA and like just do a TikTok dance with Addis Abray. That's kind of my life goal. Whatever dance it is, I don't care what it is. Renegade, whatever it is, I'll do it.
WAP with Addison Rae, Lewis Buckingham.
That's the bang.
That'd be unreal.
That's the bang.
I think she's probably gonna quit TikTok soon and just become a Kardashian full time.
I genuinely think she will. I reckon she probably will just go into that modelling fashion shit and just chuck TikTok away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She has a podcast with her mum though, doesn't she?
Yes. Sir.
Yeah.
Not quite as good as our podcast though. So
I've watched like the first episode of it.
Was
Well,
it
I
good?
listened to it.
Is it as good as the Antisocial podcast?
Her mum is
No.
beautiful. I love her mum.
They-
Sorry,
they don't have a
I
guest.
forgot her
Yeah.
dad's name. But her mum's-
Monty.
Monty. Sorry, Monty. But her
Monty
mum's beautiful.
Lopez.
Monty.
I'd like her mum on the podcast.
Yeah.
Her mum's interesting.
Sherry.
Yeah.
Cherry.
Her eyes are
You're doing it again. It's the fifth one.
I keep on trying to mention it, but you don't watch TikTok, so you just won't get it.
Not at all.
You guys don't
you
watch
just won't get it.
TikTok?
Not at
I
all.
do watch TikTok. I just don't know
Really?
anyone.
I've just seen what
Missing out.
TikTok's done to people,
Pretty
and I
much
just don't want that to happen to me.
People think that Addison Ray's mum's like a robot because she just doesn't blink. Her eyes are always like, and she's got like these like husky like bright blue eyes, and she just never blinks, and she's just always like this.
I think it's the Botox.
Jesus. And the Botox.
It must be.
Hey, it paralyzes stuff, isn't it? It keeps stuff in direct place.
Yeah,
Botox. Jesus.
Regardless, I
Yeah.
still think you're beautiful, Sherry.
she is.
Yeah, so
It's really
Yeah,
tight.
you know where to message me. You don't. I lose back on Instagram. So
Yeah.
So do you think that's a good place for us to round it up, and we can head over to the Spotify
the audio
to
Q&A.
talk about?
Wait, there must be a catch to this. Wait, there's an audio Q&A, but the video ends right now. Wait, there must be a catch.
Like, you tell me what it is, Cam Kirkham.
Basically, if you want to hear the audio of us solving your problems, all you need to do is go on to Spotify. You can't do Apple, but we want the bag from Spotify,
Yeah,
so
we want the
please
Spotify money.
go-
Spotify money.
go to Spotify.
Cash money,
Is
baby.
it good?
The Spotify money.
Yeah.
Have you seen how much Joe Rogan made?
No.
100 million.
Yeah,
Just
we want
off, like,
100 million.
AdSense.
No,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
like, for signing an exclusive deal to Spotify.
So,
just on
if you want to
Spotify.
make us at least 1 million, please
Joe
go
Rogan.
now. Spotify, the Antisocial Podcast.
Even like 10 grand will do.
Even a tenner. Just go now.
even-
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Akira. Go and check her out.
very much.
It's been a
You're
great guest.
welcome.
Great guess.
Please don't dislike it.
And we're going to go solve your problem, so head over to Spotify right now. The link will be in the description, or just search it up on the Spotify app. And yes,
We will be seeing you in a second.
yeah, but otherwise we won't, in which case.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.